A new report from StatsCan finds new condo prices in Toronto. They're dropping faster than the national average. For a closer look at the numbers, let's go live to CP24's Andrew Brennan. Andrew.
Yeah, Bakari, we've already known from different metrics and at different times over the last year just how challenging, if not almost impossible for some, depending on what they bought, it is to sell a condo. New condos are also not going for the pretty penny they used to. It seems with the many of the investor class being moved, that there is, or removed from the market in this case, there are well, just let's call them growing pains right now, to the point where we're actually seeing sometimes less than 30. I think 30 condos sold, new condos sold in September was a mark we got last week. But with these new numbers from StatsCan, it also seems like Toronto's new condo sales are weighing down the entire country. To help us cut through the noise when it comes to real estate and also try to figure out where things are going, let's bring in Ron Butler. We always appreciate having Ron Butler on the show, of course, from Butler Mortgages and, you know, those very fiery TikTok videos as well, Ron. So thinking here, we have a 3.2% quarterly drop in the price of a new condo in Toronto. And when we were looking at every other city in the country, there's no other city that had a quarterly drop of well, more than 1%. So the whole average is being dragged down by Toronto. Is there something particularly problematic here because we're not seeing it in Vancouver? Or what are you thinking about that? And also looking year over year, it's about 3.5% of a drop.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things going wrong here in Toronto to do with condos. We've had a sort of a disastrous pricing mistake occurred about 5 years ago, 2021, where it was the very height of the real estate boom. Unfortunately, with a condo, when you put a deposit down on a new build, put a 20% deposit down, it's going to be 5 or 6 years before it's finished. So a lot of wrong things can happen. But the wrongest thing that happened is the prices were so high on these condominiums in 2021, latter stages 2022, that they were never going to be, you could never make rent work. It was always too expensive. It was like $1,200, $1,400, $1,700 a square foot. And if you just stopped took out a pencil, you'd realize that, hey, no one's going to pay that rent. Like, no one is. Like, people aren't going to get increased wages fast enough to ever afford it. So that was the central disaster, a belief that you would be able to flip the condo, because you might have done it before that way, and you would never have to take ownership of it. So that was just a disastrous environment. And hey, we've had a whole bunch of them come on stream with, you know, real bad results. And we've got another 26,000 coming in the next 18 months in the GTA. So yeah, it's going to continue to get worse.
So what's it going to be like then for, well, to be entirely honest, full disclosure, people like me? I'm trying to figure out what my next move is. I know there's other people in this newsroom. I honestly do not know right now because of the amount of people telling different information using the exact same facts and extrapolating them different ways, where to go. There are people that are holding on to their money right now. They're holding on to their apartments. They're holding on to their condos, even as they're having monthly losses on rent income of like over $1,000. So what do you think is going to give right here? And do you think that the people on the sidelines should be looking to buy right now while the inventory is potentially, well, we're going to have a lack thereof of units to meet demand in 5-10 years. But does that mean that right now is a good time with the insanity that we're dealing with around the world?
Well, I'll answer the second question first. It's definitely not the right time to buy anything. The prices will be lower next year. So, you know, there's just, unless you really, really need to move and need to buy, it's not realistic to do so in the GTA right now. The condo prices will be lower next year. It's just that simple. The answer to the first question is for people who feel sort of stuck, you're losing money on a monthly basis, let's say. Now, the big question is, do I keep losing money on a monthly basis, or do I take the plunge, try to sell it, and get out from under? Well, that's just a function of, you know, what your mortgage, how big your mortgage is. If you are going to have to sell for a number that's less than your mortgage amount, maybe you better sit for a while and see what happens. But if you could sell today a rental condo and get out with much less profit than you expected, but pay off your mortgage and get out from under losing $1,000 a month, that's not a bad idea. Trouble is, you don't know how low you've got to go because the prices just keep drifting downwards.
This sounds like rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic a little bit, Ron. What do you think?
It's pretty much exactly like rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic. I mean, we have to realistically feel sorry for a lot of people. I mean, there's people who bought in 2019 who are feeling the pain of this because they've been sort of pulled down by the whole economic environment. Nobody expected Trump to do what he did. Nobody expected the city to be this badly overbuilt in this exact moment in time. There's a lot of things went wrong at once. But the reality is, if you think it's going to be better in the spring, you think, well, I can keep losing $1,200 a month and hopefully things will be much better in the spring. I think you really need to reassess that. I don't think anything's going to be better in the spring. I think it's going to be a little worse.
Ron, I really wish we had more time. I know that people are interested in this conversation because there's two people watching one of the TVs in the newsroom, but we're going to leave it there. Thanks very much. We appreciate you, and we'll chat soon.
Thanks a lot. Take care.
All right. Well, we'll send it back to you inside the studio for now, and we'll talk more mortgages later.
Okay. Live from the newsroom, CP24's Andrew Brennan.